name the wedding annulment with a real case number. When Joe people get on here talking about she got an annulment and it's filed and they showing this fake stuff, y'all ask them where is it filed at? What is the case number? What state and county was it filed in? So y'all can do y'all own research and pull it up. Go look at when y'all see this nonsense on here with Joe supporters and Joe left testicle and right testicle, with Omar cheerleading and pumping for as a sassy man that he is, that y'all say we want to just see the document for ourselves, not a screenshot. Thank you for the gifts. Not something that is blown up and you can't see the documents. See, Joe got them working overtime. See, Joe Netta got them working overtime trying to do his dirty work for him. And it's not going to work. You're not going to move me. All you can do, all Joe Netta and his little supporters can do is make up lies. Make up lies like, oh, we got a exclusive interview with her husband and he's not even on social media anywhere. He's not on social media anywhere. And it was so funny because they thought that I was gonna be sliding down the wall and in my padded cell, as they claim, Miss Atlanta, and think I was gonna be mad over something that I absolutely know is not true. It's not true at all. When I am not going to talk about, I try not to talk about my personal life with my husband and stuff, but I mean, why would he and we interact on a daily basis? Just Queen of Atlanta, please and don't gaslight me. Why would my husband talk to total strangers about me on an interview when we interact on a daily basis? Does that just make any sense to y'all? Does that make any sense to y'all? You know that, Queen of Atlanta. Absolutely, he would not. He would not. And Queen of Atlanta, if you've been following our story, which I know you have, y'all tap the screen. If you have been, and I know you've been following the story, he's very respectful. You just said the key thing, Queen of Atlanta. My husband is very respectful. He's very, very respectful. You couldn't pay him a dime to come on TikTok and talk about me. Just so you know, always shabby. So it's comical because they were saying just the other day, if you remember Joe and his supporters, that they had the exclusive interview and they was dropping it and it was going this and going that. It ain't nowhere on here. There ain't no exclusive interview with my husband, and it's a recording. It's a recording that they got off of his real estate videos. It's called AI. Queen of Atlanta, are you familiar with somebody who can take a person's voice or distort their voice on a recording and then try to dab up over it? It's insane to me. It's insane to me that I get under these people's nerves that I get AL, yeah, AL, not A. It's AL, it's AL. Okay, yeah, I may have said the wrong thing. AL can be very dangerous in the wrong hands. Yeah, so, and we know that these people, I know for a fact, I know these people are capable of this because they capable of doing all kind of other stuff, and it's AI. Yes, I said it wrong. It's AI. I stand corrected. Thank y'all. So tap the screen, y'all. So what we know is this, y'all, that my husband is didn't do this, and if let's use our common sense, if if they literally if they literally had him for real, if he was going that far, why wouldn't he just come on TikTok and get in the box? Isn't that what people do when they want to spill the tea and they want to talk about something? Why do you have to do a Zoom, record a phone call, and then put it on TikTok? Does that make any sense to y'all? Clock it. If y'all understand what I'm saying, clock it, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. They lying and the truth ain't in them. Just like my grandmama said, you lying and the truth ain't in them. That's the whole thing. They lying and the truth ain't in them. And so that's the key essential thing that they upset about. That they couldn't get me to react to these lies. And y'all smart enough. Y'all smart enough. Y'all smart enough to understand when these haters come in here and they want to try to engage with somebody, it don't mean nothing, because you gonna get a bus ticket up out of here. You're not gonna come in here and disrupt the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. So let me continue. So they're so desperate. Joe Netta them is so desperate over there that they punching at the air, coming in here on fake pages, coming in here acting. When you finish with them, they gonna be bankrupt. Well, that's the plan, Queen of Atlanta, because Queen of Atlanta, this is what we know. This is what we know for a fact, Queen of Atlanta, is that there is absolutely no wedding annulment between Nate Sanchez and Hillary Sanchez. That's a fact. That's factual. And they keep saying that. They keep on saying that. And it's making it even worse. And then you got them, Queen. You got them lying, making up stuff because they can't get nothing. Now they making up stuff. They're just making up stuff, making up fake pages, saying I said this, I did this, this here and that there, and I this and I that. It's just insane to me. Y'all tap the screen, and that's what they do. That's what they do. And it's funny because Joe Netta is right in on it with them, y'all. Don't think for a minute they're not reporting to him what's going on. Don't think that. Now they too deep, they gonna cry. Well, yeah, because see, what I want to hear from, I want y'all to keep a APB, all point APB. I want y'all to keep an all point bulletin out on Nosy the Bystander. I want y'all to see if she's talking about Miss Hillary Sanchez anymore. I want y'all to see if she talking about a wedding annulment. If you gonna catch her dropping that I had a wedding annulment and my husband left me and he in a whole nother state, please, if y'all see it, send it to me. I guarantee you couldn't pay her to say that again on her live. You couldn't pay nosy bystander to say what she just said in her mouth. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. You couldn't pay nosy bystander to open up her mouth about a wedding annulment between Nate Sanchez and Miss Hillary Sanchez. You couldn't pay her to go live and say that. Thank y'all for the gifts. I promise you, you couldn't pay her to do that. And if you get it, screen record it, and make sure if you on a smartphone, click up so I can see the date stamp, because you're not going to get her to say that, because she understands what she has stepped in. She understands she didn't went off of what somebody else on this app is telling her. And you notice Netta ain't saying my name. Netta, when Charles tries to say the ops, they won't even mention Hillary Sanchez. They calling me the ops now. Have y'all clocked that? It's too late. It's too late not to say my name. It's too late. You've done it enough. We've got the receipts, and you're going to pay. You're going to pay. Thank you for tapping the screen, y'all. Tap the screen. But thank you for the gifts. But I tell you what, y'all. I tell you what. You won't get. You can't pay nosy bystander. I'm going to say it one more time because it feels good in my soul. You couldn't pay nosy bystander to get up on her live when she do her live recapping and her commentary and ask her to talk about Miss Hillary Sanchez and a divorce and an annulment. I want you, I beg of you. I beg of y'all if you go over there, ask her that. Ask her that and have screen recording ready when you ask her. When you ask her, set her up and then screen record her. And if she say anything, send it to me. I got a phone number y'all can send me everything to. Just inbox me and I'll give you the number and send it to me, and let's continue to build this case. I already got the case signed, sealed, and delivered on all three. And let me tell you, Joe Robinson, Omar Leonard, and nosy bystander are all going to be sued. Joe's already been filed on. Omar would have been filed on Monday, but because I have other engagements on Monday, I will file on him on Tuesday and have the Marshal Service have his sassy ass served down there in LA. Okay? Clock that. Y'all clock it, and then nosy bystander will come thereafter, because nosy bystander and Omar is the same. They kind of go the same, 2 in 1. You don't see one without the other because they have the same allegations, but Omar got a lot more on his than nosy bystander. So they all will get their day in court. And I want y'all to tap the screen. I really do. Let me tell you something, baby. Don't you worry about advising me about nothing. I'm not in no trouble for nothing. Okay? You not even a supporter of mine. Get your behind out of here. Okay? Get on a bus. I'm not worried about what they do and what they say. I'm doing what I need to do, and they're not going to scare me, intimidate me off of doing what I'm doing. They're getting sued. Joe already been sued. Now, Omar Leonard, and nosy bystander is right behind them. And clock that. That's what you do. Clock that. I'm not worried about no fake evidence, no fake lies that they done typed up these fake accounts thinking that they could say this and I doxed this and I did all this stuff. Prove it on my live, because I got all my live views and all my live receipts and everything that I posted on my page that can be authenticated. Queen of Atlanta, can you say clock it? Because we know what when you authenticity, no, I'm saying it wrong. When you have a document or computer file that IT can genuinely verify the authenticity of it. That is what it is. Not this fake stuff that they make it look like you did this or you did that. Because see, when you get deep down into cases, that's where you get into experts who can go in and see, was this altered? Was this transferred? Is this fake? Where did this come from? People don't understand. When you involved with the law, it get deeper. Queen of Atlanta says they should have kept their mouth closed. Well, I tell you what, Queen of Atlanta, they was better off. They was better off just talking about the 1993 lottery and that stuff happened. Then going deep saying that my husband left me and we divorced and there was an annulment, and then nosy bystander went into detail talking about the wedding was annulled after a couple months or so, she said, I believe. I got it on my thing, so we don't put no words in her mouth, but she's wrong. She told a lie. She told lies to third-party people on this app, and it has caused me emotional distress. And it was wrong and a lie when she did it, and she's going to be held accountable. Her and that cigar that she's sitting back puffing in that closet that she's sitting in going live every night. Okay, so I think it's funny because when you come over here, I'm not arguing with y'all in these comments. And I'm not going to define nothing for y'all. Let y'all people come on over there and do what they do. Y'all get up out of here, because I'm not dealing with you. I'm not going to fight with you. You're not going to try to get me to say something to get my live down, because I'm smarter than y'all. I'm smarter than y'all. And so the whole thing is this. I want them to bring their receipts to court. I want them to bring their receipts to court. I'm going to stay completely positive. And what did you say? What she does shouldn't affect you. Let me tell you something, Miss Tweety Bird. If you go on social media lying, it's called defamation of character and slander. You need to educate yourself and take your tail on back over there to Job's team, okay? Okay? You're not going to do it. Y'all tap the screen, because we all got time today. Now, you got to understand, just because you can go live, you can't go on here lying on people. You can't go on here slandering somebody's name and doing defamation of character and liable against them, and you putting up fraudulent documents saying that it's true. You don't get to do that. There are consequences for your actions, and that's why the law is in place for that. That's why that's why there are laws in place of that. And so That's why, if you notice, y'all just look around and see at Jonetta supporters how mad they are. They're mad, and they trying to get me to fight with them individually so that I'm not talking about Jonetta. But we're going to keep our eye on the prize. Jonetta is the first defendant. Then you got Omar Leonard, and then you got Nosy Bystander. I will not say her name on here because I don't want to be accused of doxing her, but believe me, she got her paperwork coming to her, and her entities, her LLCs, her businesses are all going to be served. And they're on notice because I told her, and they've already ran back and told her. But what Queen Atlanta says, well, they can help pay his lawsuit. Well, you're right. That's exactly what they can do. That's exactly what they can do. They can pool all their money together and see what damages the judge or jury is going to award me, and then they can put their money together to pay. So this is and this is the thing about it, Queen, is that Jonetta knows that he didn't put his foot in his mouth. See, when he started in with his mouth talking about, they said that Nate Sanchez took all her credit cards and ran up her credit cards and took off, and then took all her money and left her for dead. Does this dude know you can't go on TikTok talking about some man that's got a great reputation and his wife, and you saying something about something trying to cause intentional infliction of emotional distress because you ain't got nothing to eat on, and you just listening to these people without having your own verifications? It makes no sense. You know, Queen of Atlanta, he would have been better off twisting and rolling up crescent rolls and cutting up green peppers and green onions and green peppers and canning them and jarring them for the winter, instead of him trying to talk about me and my damn husband and putting out all these lies on this internet. He would have been better off canning up some onions and bell peppers for the winter. That's what he should have been doing. And infusing everything with Pam. Man, dude, use a whole can of Pam to put crescent rolls, to put crescent rolls in a non-stick pan that's already built for non-stick. That's nuts. That's real nuts. That's crazy. That's real crazy to me. And that's the thing what makes me interested is they don't understand. I don't care what they do. Put me on a backdrop. Talk about me. Do it all. But if you lie, you will be held accountable. I don't have to sit there and watch you and worry about what you're doing. These are the most people who are the most bothered to unbothered people I know. These are the most people of the most bothered to the unbothered people I know. And don't worry, D Ocean, I already blocked them. They ain't doing nothing but lying. They ain't doing nothing but lying. But I'm not gonna let these people, y'all gotta understand what they trying to do. Is that it's to get you roused up so that you could go this way or go that way. It's crazy. And let me tell you something, Tony. Why are you in my live, Tony the Tiger? I thought they retired you from the cereal box. Let me send you on the Greyhound bus ticket because you're not in the right live, sweetie. And April Fools, it ain't April Fool's Day, baby. We out of April, so take your tail on up out of here. It's not April Fools. It's not April. We getting ready to go into a whole nother month, girl. April been gone and it's over with. But we know y'all mad. We know y'all spitting mad. They the most bothered people on this app. They are the most bothered people on this app. And guess what I made today? What I'm making for dinner, y'all. I'm finna get me a can of Coke and see if I can boil me some chicken. And I'm going to boil a chicken for an hour, and then I'm going to season it, and then I'm going to deep fry it. Since he did it with gizzards, why couldn't I do it with chicken? I guess the secret ingredients is just sugar. So, I mean, if he boiling gizzards with Coca-Cola, I guess I can boil use a can of Coke with some fried chicken or pork chops and fry it. I mean, he doing it. Why can't I do it? Don't do that, Queen. Please, no. Yes. Yeah, y'all. I will never, y'all tap the screen. I will never get over Joe Netta boiling them gizzards on high hell with a can of Coca-Cola and then cooking the life and color out of them gizzards, okay? Thinking he was tenderizing them. See, he don't know how to cook, so he thought the Coca-Cola, what got sugar in it, would tenderize the gizzards. So then he goes over and drain them off, season them, and flour them, and commence to put them in that old ass grease, what he cooked fish in, egg rolls, and all other diabolical stuff. That is, a deep fryer is not for old grease that you mix together and fry. Go to the store and buy fresh grease. This is diabolical. This is diabolical. And it's like, it's given an elementary science project. Yes, it's given like it's a elementary school project that you know in science lab where the teacher. No, it's not given that, y'all. Is there people in here old enough to remember when they used to call cooking class home economics? Do y'all ever remember it being called home economics, where this teacher would teach you how to make little things like mini pizzas out of biscuits, and you learn how to make this, and is that what they called it? Home economics? Yeah. And it was so funny to me because they literally would teach you how to make the simplest things. Home egg. I may have pronounced it wrong, but y'all know what the hell I'm saying. And let's not forget, Joe Netta was 17 years old in the 9th grade. A whole ass grown man walking through a school as a freshman, being mistaken as a teacher, being escorted from the classroom down to the cafeteria. Now just sit on that for a minute. I want you to just ponder that. Ponder in that for a minute. This tall ass man, because you know he was tall back then, this tall ass man roaming the hallways with probably a paraeducator or somebody who escorted them from the classes to cafeteria. Probably looked like they was co-workers, confusing the heck out of all them other freshmen in that school. You know, how old are you supposed to be, y'all, when you in the 9th grade? Because I done forgot. How old? Are you supposed to be like 12, 11, or 12 in the ninth grade? Or security guard, 13, 14? 13, 14? Okay. Somebody said they was 14, 13, 14. Okay, in that range. Okay, y'all. Thank you. I love the interaction. Y'all, thank you for the taps. Thank y'all. Continue to tap the screen. Thank you. And it says they don't know if he was the janitor or a teacher. That's what I'm saying. They didn't know. And so look at this picture, y'all. Y'all can see that Joe Netta's face was clear back here when he was in the mirror. There's a video of him in the mirror, y'all, singing happy birthday to himself. And he put this on Facebook. So what I would like to know, Joe Eddie Robinson Jr., what I would like to know, Joe Eddie Robinson Jr., is this. What happened between high school and now? What did you do or say to somebody to where they cock you upside your damn head and had your eyes doing the electric slide in your face coming out looking like leopard to lizard lion? And what did you do? Did you get drugged down there in the South where you got an infection in your face? Because I don't know if it's HPV or HIV. I don't know what it is. Everybody's got speculations on what it could be. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Inquiring minds want to know. And I just feel that Tones by No. It was Tones by No had an uphill battle when they took him on. It couldn't have been that they thought that they could heal him. Because if that was the case, Tones by No would have needed to have went back and recalculated their formula and to add battery acid and embalming fluid, bleach, and chlorine. All these things in their ingredients to even have a shot at clearing up that mess that he got now. It's the truth. It's the God heaven knows truth. You couldn't pay him. You couldn't pay him to say Tones by Coco. You couldn't pay him to mention Tones by Coco today. He ain't gonna mention it. He's not saying nothing about Tones by Coco. He was talking about, y'all better stop slipping on Tones by Coco. Y'all better stop slipping on Tones by Coco. But he worried about my husband. And he got a fake thing going on with Charles. Has anybody ever heard Charles tell Joe Robinson he loved him? Has anybody on this app in any of their lives or videos heard Charles profess his love to his husband? I'm looking at the comments. You haven't? No. Hell no. Never. Nope. It's like the whole thing is given a low budget movie / skit. It's just you know what they remind me of? Nene and Atlanta, they remind me of oil and water. Have y'all ever tried to put oil and water together? What happens? Say clock it. Y'all, my supporters, tap the screen and say clock it. They are just like oil and water. And y'all know how oil and water go together. They don't mix. They just don't mix. They don't mix at all. And then he want to set up there. So did he go live, y'all? Because I don't watch him. Did Joe Netta go live, y'all, and tell y'all why he was down there in LA this time? Did he go live and tell y'all? Please tell me he didn't go live just to get his hair colored. Y'all, please tell me they didn't fly across the United States just to get his hair colored, and he probably passed 500 salons crossing over the water of Atlanta and all these other places. Please tell me that he done something and he didn't put it out there. It was said he couldn't speak on what was happening. For what I saw on a video, he said something about they got a contract. Well, let me say this. If history dictates anything, what happened at the BET Awards? What happened with the $1 Million House? What happened with the reality show with the contract with Carlos and Culture TV? What happened with the Netta seasoning? What happened with the Netta's cookbook? What happened with the Netta's alcohol? What happened? I thought they were searching on Temu and Netflix and the MTV. I thought they was getting ready to pick up on all this stuff. Or is it that he went down there to LA to pick up more sugar, more green peppers, and more onions and cheese sticks because they didn't have none in Alabama? Could that be potentially is there anybody in here from LA that can let us know if y'all supplies are low as far as sugar is concerned, bell peppers, onions? Those would be the things that we would look for shortages on the shelf. Are those things? Can somebody please tell me how that potentially could be? Miss Sanchez, do you notice, I must read it like you like, did you notice how Joe has never stayed in a resort? He always stays in these motels. Well, I mean, you and everybody else notices that. He wasn't even staying at the hotel that he tried to sneak in the BET Awards. You know that man was staying somewhere next to the airport where them hotels is cheap and run down. You know that man wasn't staying in no 5-star hotel where icons stay. And all you got to do is sit down and think about this: that Charles was in that room where they had that food at, fighting and eating for his life. He was so hungry and starving, he picked up a spoon, bless his little heart, and thought it was a fork and started cutting his pancakes with a spoon, and had to be told by his daddy, Big Joe, why ain't he using a fork. His daddy had to correct him on etiquette when you in public. And then he starts slurping that coffee like a dog. Who bows their head down and don't pick the coffee cup up and put it up to their mouth to drink it? He slurped it and went to bobbing his head and chewing, and then he realized the camera was pointed on him. he realized the camera was pointed on him. And then he looked at Joe and said, "You got that camera pointing at me and I'm doing that." And then Joe said, "Well, the camera been pointing at you. I was trying to tell you that." And then Joe turns the camera back toward him like somebody want to see him. But what I want to tell you, Jonetta, before it gets too late, why you still in LA, please go to the LA haunted houses. They got these casting calls going on. I guarantee you can get a gig in there. Now, Charles couldn't get a gig, but you definitely could get a gig in that haunted house. It's just, and you would get a contract. They would give you a contract to be in these haunted houses for Halloween, for the whole month of October. You would stay booked and busy. Now you would have complete bragging rights to stay booked and busy, because they gonna keep you booked and busy for the whole month of October. I'm telling you right now, go to a haunted house and ask them, do they need you as one of they what do you call it? Star attractions, or you can go over there where they manufacture them Nestle Crunch bars, Nestle's. They potentially could use you, or Star Crunch. They definitely could use you. I mean, you would be now your face would be on that box. The sales would go through the roof, because you are icon. You're a social media icon that everybody knows about, that everybody wants to be. And if they put your face on Star Crunch, they can't keep them on the shelf. I'm telling y'all right now, they would not be able to keep it on the shelf. Or another potential booked and busy job you could do, Jonetta, would be go down to one of them studios, them movie studios, and have them mold your face. Have them mold your face for a Halloween costume. Have them mold your face just as it is as a Halloween costume. It will fly off the shelves, because nobody has never seen it. Nobody can say they ever seen something so scary in their life. They don't know if it's Freddy Krueger, Googa Cougar, or Uber, or Zombieba from Africa. They just gonna know it's scary, and they want to get them off the shelf. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the God, heaven knows truth. And so that's the key essential thing. When you sit there and you trying to be booked and busy, I'm gonna tell you the things that you potentially could do to strike gold. These are things that you potentially could strike gold on. Now, I'm going to tell you, because I'm not going to be discriminating, and I don't want to leave your husband Charles out, since I'm the ops. And let me tell you what Charles can do. Charles can contact, since he likes working with metal, since he likes working with metal and everything, call up the Ford company or Chevrolet and ask, can Charles be replaced with them test crash dummies that they set in the seat, and they blaze down that track at 100 miles an hour, and then run them into a building, and then Charles give the feedback on how it felt, what part of his body impacted the steering wheel, and what was this and what was that. Because see, he would be honest. That would be an honest reflection of what was going on and what was going on, so that these manufacturers of these vehicles can keep us safe out here in society. They'll be able to keep us safe in society and do the things that we want to do. Y'all tap the screen. Tap the screen, everybody. Tap, tap, tap. Tap the screen, y'all. And this is what I gotta say to y'all. And this is the truth. I'm telling y'all the God heaven knows truth. If Joe Netta, if the Department of Alabama, if the State Department of Alabama, Prisons, Department of Corrections, hired Joe Netta to run their food program, the recidivism rate would lower down because them prisoners would be in there dropping like flies. They wouldn't want to eat the food. They would go on hunger strikes. This is how you would curb crime. You would deter people from going to prison, letting this man go in there cooking in these institutions for these prisoners that then committed crimes out there in that state. I'm telling y'all how he can stay booked and busy. This is how you would lower the recidivism rate. This is how the prison system would be a bonus. Joe would make a bunch of money. The state would save a bunch of money because this is what we know he would do. He would have them go out there and plow them fields and put nothing but onions and bell peppers and sugarcane trees together, and then go and have a bunch of chickens, and he gotta have his sugar and cut up them chickens and just pour sugar on them and fry them all day. He got fried chicken all day, and then he gonna put that broccoli together and put sugar on top of that broccoli. You can't go wrong. And don't you dare let radio get in that kitchen talking about he making a big back breakfast with a hard-boiled egg with raw meat wrapped around something that's already been cooked and cracked, and put it in a pan and fry it just like it's something that you normally do on everyday occurrence. It's insane to me. It don't make no sense. It's nuts that you would take a perfectly hard-boiled egg and wrap raw sausage around it and fry it and call it a big back breakfast, and you got gorilla sitting back there lying like it tastes good, and that thing is dry as all hell and cooked to high hell on the top of that stove, blazing because he can't control the elements on that stove. Y'all better stop playing with me. Stop playing with me today. Please stop playing. I want you to stop playing with me. I just want y'all to stop, please. And so this is the thing. This is the thing. Can't nobody say nothing when it come to that man. Did y'all see his live when he was in that salon? Did y'all see that diabolical live when he was in that salon talking about his ex? And then said his ex first name was Charles, middle name. Like, who cares? Who cares? Like, who really cares? Let me tell you something. Hold on, y'all. You know I don't really address the comments, but here go one I want to address because I got time. Can y'all say clock it? If y'all want me to tell it like it is, will y'all say clock it, Hillary? And I need you to tap the screen. I'm going to read this question that this person wrote. Netta said, you jealous of him and his money. This is what this person said. Now, let me clock this for you. First of all, Why would I be jealous of a man who can't even go and have the common sense to know to buy Tupperware to put his leftovers in, that he just puts the whole skillet, a bowl, a pan in the refrigerator? Why would I be jealous of some man who stands up in the kitchen cooking, snatching and scratching in his funky balls and sniffing his hands to see if they got a smell, and going over there touching steaks and chicken and pork and everything else? Why would I be jealous of a man who could only wish to wake up and not see not one thing on his face that's oozing out of his neck or on his face? My neck, my back, my neck, my back. I don't know what it is. Is it pee or crack? I don't know. But see, why would I be jealous? So clock that when you come in here telling me I'm jealous over Jeepers Creepers. Okay? Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Y'all sitting up here thinking that man got so much money and he just acting. Is Duchess in here and Queen of Atlanta? Y'all in here? Can y'all say, clock it, if I didn't tell y'all this? I said, when Joe get that check, when Joe gets his check mid-month, when he get that check mid-month, he gonna come on here bragging and acting like he got so much and he doing this and doing that. But the last 2 weeks before that check hit, where did you see Joe? Y'all didn't see him cooking no meals. He wasn't cooking nothing. Let me tell you where Joe was at, since you think I was so jealous. He was setting his silverback tail on that Renter Center couch, sitting there sipping on a Budweiser, trying to be a movie reviewer on a 22-year-old movie that we already seen, and Charles sitting there bopping and screaming, scratching fleas and ticks off of him and trying to tell us what's going on with a movie. They wasn't cooking. You didn't see no food being cooked. You didn't see nothing going on when that money was dried up. It wasn't until that money came in, then you seen them went back to cooking. But when it wasn't no cooking, you didn't see nothing. They was just sitting there in the live, sitting there talking to their people, sitting on the couch. Charles sitting in there. And what? Charles sitting up there outside, y'all. Can y'all say clock it? If you want me to tell the truth, I need y'all tapping the screen. I need y'all to say clock it. And I'm finna clock it for y'all. Charles sitting in there. I see you, Duchess. Charles sitting in there. Before he go live, he turns that water hose on outside in that swamp, pumping that swamp water all over his face and over his chest, like he done went in that shed and did all that working out and all that sweating, and all he done is wet himself down with that water hose to wipe that scent off of him that Joe put on him when Joe put his hands on him. He ain't fooling nobody while he drenching himself out there with that water hose. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I would do it too. 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 I'm telling you, I would do it too. And so you get people like these two. You give them $1, you give them this, and you always can tell. Y'all tap the screen. You always can tell when somebody ain't used to something. Have y'all seen, it's still summertime, have y'all seen Big Joe sitting out there in that blow up hot tub bragging? Have y'all seen him out there bragging anymore? He ain't. What happened to him sitting out there in that hot tub like they did when they first got it? That's how you know when somebody ain't used to nothing. They were sitting out there going live, talking about, look at this, what we got. Y'all just jealous because y'all ain't got one. Y'all just jealous because you ain't got one. We could have one. They only probably $199. We don't want that. And you better not rub your face up against it or you gonna pop it. You better not let your face go up against the side of that rubber. It's gonna pop. So I don't know what you think you had something so special, because you don't. But one thing you better not do is slide down there with your face. You better not let your face touch nowhere on that blow up pool, because it's gonna be finito. It's gonna be deflated. Oh, they only $149.99 at Home Depot. So yeah, anybody can get them things. That ain't nothing special. They not special. That's not nothing special at all. And imagine, well, you don't have to imagine the bacteria in there, sweetie. This what I'm telling y'all. Tap the screen, y'all. All you got to do is go back to them old videos and look at when Charles filled that pool up, how clear that water was and how you could see it. And when Joe got his big brisket back tail down in that water and that heat got up on his backside and start loosening up that funk and that dead skin, that water looked just like the swamp. Y'all go out to the swamp somewhere in the south, it looked just like swamp water. You couldn't even see it through that pool. You couldn't even see through that pool. The chemicals couldn't do nothing. But we know Charles didn't even, Charles ain't no chemist. He didn't have no thought process about putting together chemicals and knowing how to test it and do this and do that. We know that. He didn't even open that part of the chemical kit up. He didn't even open that part of the kit up. He just looked at that part of the kit and threw it away, thought that was just some extra, that was just water in that. He didn't even open that part of the kit up. That's all he did. He didn't know what to do with that chlorine kit. He didn't know nothing to do with that chlorine kit. And I promise you that. I promise you that for everything I love, that he didn't know what to do with that chlorine kit. He didn't. And this is the thing, what gets me. Why are we jealous? What are you out here doing? What are you doing that we jealous of? I am happy with my 100, 200 people in my room. I can interact with my chat. My true supporters, I take a true supporter over somebody coming in my room just because you're on a FYP, a loyal supporter who won't be fooled by the hype. Where these other people who come up with lies can't change my true supporters. I got real supporters. Okay? And that's the whole thing that a lot of people don't understand, is you can have thousands of people in your room and they don't give a damn about you. But if you got a solid 200, 300 loyal supporters who will rock with you, you don't have to worry about nothing when it comes to these people. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that, because loyalty trumps numbers for me. I don't care about views. If I got my true supporters in here, I have done my life. I have accomplished what I needed to accomplish. And see, if they use their brains and they would understand that Joe Netta continuously talks about African American women and their children and wishing death on them. This man said, I hope that a black woman go to sleep with her kids and come up dead, wake up dead. This grown 47-year-old man said this about women and their children. And you still got people on here defending this nonsense. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You haven't seen. He said that. Absolutely, he said that. My supporters in here, am I lying on Joe? Am I lying? Did I misspeak? I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. Joe Netta is on recorder saying that he wishes black women would go to sleep with their kids and wake up dead. He then said he hopes black women have stillborns. This is what this 47-year-old man says about black women. But see, they so worried about thinking I'm fighting for him, and I'm fighting because I want his views and I want his. No, I was viral before him and I'm viral now. It doesn't make a difference. You don't make me or break me. It doesn't make me or break me. But what you will not do is you will not address African American women as not smart. That you will say Caucasian women are smarter than black women because you are not happy in your skin. If you aren't happy in your skin, Big Joe, here's a rude awakening for you. Take your country bunking behind down there to Home Depot or Lowe's and rent one of them sandblasters and lay down and let Charles sandblast your skin and your face and make you a Cinderella. And then you can be any Cinderella you want to be, because we don't want you anyway coming up there talking that nonsense about black people. Just have Charles go on and sandblast your whole body and face and get your face changed like Michael Jackson did. And then I guess you'll be happy. I guess you'll be happy then. Because see, we know you so bothered. You got your goons coming up with all this fake phony stuff, all these lies, trying to move the post, trying to do this, trying to do that. I'm unbothered. I'm unbothered. And I'm going to tell you one more time. Y'all can't tell me a damn thing about my husband, Nate Sanchez. He's a private man. I'm going to respect him. I'm going to respect what he says, and I'm going to listen. And lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place. I should have listened to him the first time around, but believe me, I listen now, and I'm going to keep my damn mouth closed. But know this, you ain't talked to him. Ain't no such a thing as no interview with my husband. And that's that, Joe. Show his face. Put him in a video with his face talking to y'all, giving y'all this tea that y'all pushing out here on TikTok. Okay? Put it out there like that. Okay? All right, let's say that. Let's just put it out there. All right? And so, and this is a lot of things that people don't realize when you are doing whatever you're doing in whatever type of relationship, whether you man, woman, whatever it is. A lot of times when you're fail is when your spouse feels disrespected, you're not listening and you're not respecting what they ask of you and what they ask of you. And I'm going to do what the hell my husband asked me to do. And that's the bottom line. And I don't care who don't like it. And y'all haters can come in here with your nonsense. I don't care. You're not going to bait me. You're not going to take me out of character. I'm going to do the Ms. Hillary Sanchez show. And I'm going to continue to do my show on a daily basis. on a daily basis, and I'm not going to stop. And I got 3 other pages that are deactivated. So when I reactivate them, I'm going to have 6. Okay? And then when I get done eating, and there's a few crumbs on the board, Miss Duchess, when she feel like it, she gonna come up and clean up the crumbs, and she gonna get on her show and do what she do, which is clocking the tea with receipts, and y'all don't like that. Y'all is mad, and you can stay big mad, Jonetta. You can stay big mad, Jonetta. And let me tell you this. Let me say this, because all these folks keep coming in here. My supporters, y'all tap the screen. Please tap the screen so I can say something to y'all, and y'all can tell me this. For my true supporters, do y'all care where I sleep? Do y'all give a damn where I live? Do any of my supporters who watching me care where I live? Does the where I live have any bearing on y'all supporting me and watching my live? Does that mean anything to y'all where I live? If I lived under a bridge and I went live, would that bother y'all? Would you stop watching me if I lived under a bridge? If I was in a cardboard box, would you stop watching? No. Right. So it's funny to me how I'll tell you, the people, this is the truth about this, y'all. Here's the truth. Miss Duchess, I want y'all to clock this. People who worried about people where they live, and they don't even know them in real life on this app, beware of them. Those are the type of people who are obsessed and stalkers. When somebody trying to figure out where you lay your head, you better be careful. You better be careful when they trying to figure out where you live in your house. You better be careful. You better be careful when you do that. That's sick. That's sick when you trying to figure out where somebody live, and you care so much where somebody laying they damn head, like it matters to you. Like it matters to you. It's funny to me. And they act like they telling something, and all Joe supporters doing, y'all, is recycling the same mess over and over again. The same thing. That's all they doing. His testicles. That's all they doing. They swinging off of Joe's testicles, because his shrimp ain't big enough to hang on. So they swinging on his testicles, and they clout chasing and riding on his testicles, going on putting Miss Hillary Sanchez in the backdrop, because I'm the clout. And I'm the clout that gets you the views and gets you the people in there. So that's what you have to do. Make up the lies, put the queen on the back of your board and talk about me, because I'm the queen. And I understand that. And I don't care. I'm unbothered. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And this is the thing, what I'm telling you. Did your mama laugh at you when she had you? Or did the doctor slap you on your butt if you wasn't crying as a baby? See, this is the crazy thing about people. People on this app can be delusional, can co-sign for these people's mess. Right, y'all? Right, Duchess? And I don't care if the man don't mention me. Let me tell you something, Fundizia, wherever the hell your name is. I don't care if he don't mention me. He's done enough mentioning me, and I'm going to be on here every day until I'm blue in the face, okay? I'm going to be on here every day till I'm blue in the face, and ain't a damn thing you going to do about it, and can't nobody whoop my ass. I'm going to come on here every day talking about this creature as much as I want to, and I don't care who don't like it. And that's what they said about your daddy, that he was delusional when he was trying to figure out who the baby daddy was. Take your butt on down there back to Joe's live, because tonight ain't the night, baby. Because you will get ate up in here tonight. Today's the day. Today is the day. Okay? Today is the day. Now, I appreciate all my gifts. I appreciate my true supporters. I appreciate my mods. I appreciate it all. But this is what my true supporters understand. That this man means what he says. And he does it. And see, he's got handlers. Y'all don't think about this. He says all this diabolical stuff. He means it. Then his handlers go and tell him, no, don't say it this way. Don't say it that way. And then they come back and then they have him try to change what he says. Then they come back and try to change what he says. And that's the truth. That is the God, heaven knows truth. That's what happens. He don't apologize. It's not even genuine. There's nothing that this man has apologized for. That's the God, heaven knows truth. And my supporters know it. Even these haters in here watching this page right now, they jealous. They can't figure out how to silence me. They coming up with all these lies and all this stuff because they fight mad because they can't get Miss Hillary Sanchez out of her character because I'm unbothered. I'm married, and they're jealous. And they will never show y'all a wedding annulment or divorce that's got a case number to it. Y'all use your brain. A divorce is recorded. A divorce is recorded, not something you can screenshot and look like you typed it on a computer. It's an official court document that is signed by the judge. Show me that with a case number, the state it was filed in, the county it was filed in, Nate Sanchez versus Hillary Sanchez, and the dates, all of that. Don't crop nothing out. Don't make it seem like it's something that is not for TikTok. That's what y'all, they faking the funk. Y'all, they faking the funk for TikTok. Thinking that they was heard me talking about, we got an exclusive interview with Nate, and I interact with my husband on a daily basis. Did you hear that, haters? Miss Sanchez interacts with her husband on a daily basis. Okay, now clock that T. All right. Now, And that's the question, Miss Harris. You should be down there asking your mama and your daddy, why did they spit you? Why didn't they spit you in a napkin? That's the question you should be asking. You shouldn't be on here asking about my husband and my situation. You should be asking your mama and your daddy why they didn't spit your behind in a napkin, because I can't control what you going through in your life. Only they can give you those answers. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. So we're going to have the Miss Hillary Sanchez show after dark later tonight. For those of you that'll be up tonight, we gonna have it tonight. And let me say this loud and clear. Like this queen just said, Hillary is married, no divorce here, y'all. Despite what you say, it ain't no annulment, And nosy the bystander, because I know you or your people in here. I dare you to take your ass on live and start talking about an annulment with me and my husband, because you're going to strengthen my case. You couldn't pay her to go in there talking about a wedding annulment with me. Y'all couldn't pay nosy bystander to go in there telling them live again about my husband and she ain't got no receipts. You better get your receipts together, nosy, and stop smoking them cigars and get your receipts together for court, because your lawsuit is ready. Your lawsuit is ready, nosy bystander. See, y'all think I'm afraid to say these people's names. Who is she? She ain't no Hitler. You can say her name. She ain't nothing bad on this app. Sitting down there, she ain't no different than nobody else on this app. Okay? So let's be clear. Y'all think I'm joking? Let me show y'all something. Y'all think I'm joking. Y'all tap the screen. Let me show y'all something. Since y'all think I'm joking. Y'all type clock it. If y'all want to see this, y'all type clock it. What's in her mouth? What is she sucking on? What is she sucking on? If that's not is that not a cigar? Is that not a cigar in her mouth? You tell me if I'm wrong. I want her to have her cigar smoking when she pulling up her receipts, explaining in the courtroom and to a jury why she defamed my character and slandered me, and why did she do the things she did on them lives, and what documents was she relying on when she got on this internet lying. Is that nosy? Nosy the bystander. That's who this is. She got the right damn name, but she done stuck her nose in the wrong business, and now she's going to pay. It's time to pay my damages, nosy. You didn't put your nose in one too many stories and running your mouth, and you didn't have your receipts, girl, before you start running your mouth. You didn't have your receipts before you started running that mouth. Tap the screen, you guys. Welcome in Miss Duchess. Y'all tap the screen, tap the screen. Welcome in, Miss Duchess.
Hey. Sorry I'm late into it. You know, I was at work. But this you had me dead. You had me dead. I mean, oh, that pit. You got me dead, Miss Hillary. And you know what? I found out some more tea today. I think he was on my live. His math ain't mathing. He can't be 47 years old. He can't. If he's been with y'all since 2018, right? He said that his ex passed away when he was 38, right? He said he didn't get with y'all until a year later. That's 39, right? That means he would have to be 45. He would have to be 45 or 44 years old. There's no way he could be 47 and he met Charles in 2018. The math ain't math. And in 2018 to the 2024, that's only 6 years. That's not 7.
I don't know, honey. I ain't done the math. I don't know. But let me say this. Somebody just said something. Nicole says, I'm just going to call her by her first name. Y'all tap the screen. Nicole says, Nosy says she makes $500,000 A 500,000. Is that true? I don't know what nosy makes, Nicole, but I sure in the hell hope it's true. I sure in the hell hope it is true that she making that kind of money. I sure hope she do. I sure hope she do. I pray. Now that's one thing I hope is true. Is she making a 500,000? I hope to God that is true. I sure do. I sure do.
We do too. I do too. Cause I hear everything you saying, and it's like they worried about the wrong thing. They worried about, oh, well, I make this, I make that. That's not why you suing them. You suing them for defamation of character. You suing them for lies. You're suing them for emotional damage. You're not suing them because of what they do for a living. You suing them because of their actions. And that's what people's not understanding. They're not understanding that. Like, we don't care where you live or how you live in, but we care about them lying on you and your husband and things like that. That's what they're getting in trouble about. Not because of anything else, it's because of their mouth.
It's called, you clock that T, Miss Duchess. It's called letting your mouth override your ass. Have y'all ever heard that before? Have y'all ever heard that saying before? Letting your mouth overload your ass.
No, I heard you have a hard head makes a soft ass. I heard that before. My grandma used to tell that to me all the time.
But that's the funny thing. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. I thank y'all for the taps. Thank you for the gifts. I'm gonna get ready for the late edition of the Miss Hillary Sanchez show at 10:45. 10:45, the late edition of the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. Y'all check in. Thank you, Miss Duchess, for coming in. Drive safe on your way home.
I'm sorry. I came in late. Yep, that's what I'm doing now. I'm driving home, so I'll be able to be stabilized for when you go live at it'll be 9:30 my time.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. It's my time. It's Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to my true supporters. I love y'all. Jonetta, Nosy Bystander, Omar Leonard, your lawsuits are ready, and y'all will see just how delusional Miss Hillary Sanchez is when you get your suits. Have a great day. Good night, y'all.